Case number 42, interrogation file number 1. Suspect is Samuel Ogunbayi, who, according to file, was the fictionist of the operation.
Who are you?
I'm Sam.
What's the name of your scheme?
All I know is that it was, death will see you now.
What was the premise of this?
It was just something about how, like the actions of your past could condemn your future.
Case number 42, interrogation file number 2. Suspect is Liam Savoini, who, according to the file, was puzzle master of the operation.
Who are you?
I'm Liam. Yeah.
So in as much detail as possible, tell us the story.
So we had this heist job going on, and we were gonna, take some stuff from this house. Alex said, he was struggling, he needed to help his family out. So we had this perfect plan. We were gonna rob this house, but it all went pear-shaped, and Alex ended up in purgatory, apparently. He told us about this weird guy called Greg that was had to decide whether he got to heaven or hell or something like that. I was like, yeah, he told me about that, and apparently it wasn't his time to go anymore. And, Greg sent him back because he messed up, and he was like, you've got another chance at life, so you've got to redo it, and make the most of it, and you might get into heaven. And I don't know, something felt off about the whole operation from the start, but it just gave me weird vibes,
You manipulate people. Who are they?
As far as I know, there was 3 of them. There's Alex. He's the main character. He's a thief who is stuck in this bad business with his friend who's trying to steal money so that he can accomplish some secret goal that we don't know of as of now. And there's Natasha, who is more of the ringleader of the group. She's more of the leader of the two, and she's the one that forces Alex into these bad situations. And then there's Greg, aka Death. He's like the interviewer. He looks at Alex's life to see whether this man is good or bad and whether he should be sent to heaven or hell. That's all I know. Trust me.
Case number 42, interrogation file number 3. Suspect is Ethan Childs, who, according to file, was the boss's right-hand man.
Who are you?
I'm Ethan Childs.
I hear you had accomplices in this. Who are they?
There was Steffi Gray. She was the director. She directed the story. There was Jack Chan, the producer. He was an overall decision maker in the plan. Sam Ogunbayi, he was a writer. He wrote everything out for us to follow. Liam Savoini, he was the editor. He edited the entire work together. There was Prisha Lewis, she was production designer. Khaled Velikana, she was DOP. She was managing lighting. Jesse Gilmore, he was the gaffer. It was me, Ethan Childs. I was first AD. Scott Renton, he was doing sound.
Case number 42, interrogation file number 4. Suspect is Stephanie Gray, who, according to our files, was the boss of the operation. Suspect had to be moved to a secure location for safety reasons.
What is the genre, and how does the film add to or subvert that genre?
The genre of the film is going to be a surreal crime drama. We are going to be communicating the genre through the set design, the characters, and the plot. With the set, we are going to be using surreal props with the set design to reflect a surreal environment. This also plays into the genre of surrealism. As far as crime and drama, these are going to be represented through the main plotline, which of course shows a burglary, which was the cause of the effect with the interview between Greg and Alex. The characters will also show aspects of surrealism, specifically Greg, who is a representation of death, sort of a Grim Reaper character. This in itself is surreal, and along with this, Greg passively mentions when first meeting Alex, he says something that is not of this world, which also plays into surrealism.
Case number 42, interrogation file number 5. Suspects are Kyla Delacana and Jesse Gilmore, who, according to our file, were the surveillance team on the operation.
Who are you?
I'm Kyla Delacana.
I'm Jesse Gilmore.
What kind of look and style were you going for?
So, we need a lot of lighting as our main film. Will mainly use high-key lighting similar to Moon Knight's office scene, and since a lot of lighting will be used, it's very, very essential that we have a gaffer on set, as I am also the camera operator as well as DOP, and I would need all the extra help with lighting and kit and equipment. So for our lighting, we were going to use Scorpions, Aperture Novas, M18s, Roscoe lights, flags, and some diffusers. For our camera, we're going to use a Arri Alexis in 3.2K resolution with 24 FPS using ProRes 4444, and mainly using 24mm and 35mm prime lenses, as well as we'll have monitors, dollies, and tripods.
And what inspired these choices?
So our film pretty much goes between Purgatory and Real World. So in order to differentiate the both, we're going to use the high key lighting, as Kai said. However, in contrast, we intend to use low key lighting to create the Real World. Some inspirations that for the lighting I want to use would be in It, the Pennywise sewer scenes, or Joker's elevator scene. The reason we're using low key lighting and high key lighting thematically is so we can differentiate the surreal of the Purgatory versus the realistic world of what he's living through. It mirrors the character's internal conflict.
Case number 42, interrogation file number 6. Suspect is Scott Rendon, who, according to our files, was the comms supervisor for the operation. Suspect has been moved to a secure location due to safety reasons.
What equipment did you use?
The equipment I used, I'll take you through it. I used a Countryman B9s. I had 2 of those. It was easy. Pick them up to our 2 actors. They were tiny. You would have never seen them. They could record really good sound as well. Also, I used the Sennheiser MKH50 shotgun mic. It was great for the close, small rooms that we were hoping to be using. And I also used the Zoom F8, so I could record it all on one thing. I'm skilled on that. I know how to use it.
What are your inspirations and ideas for the sound design?
I guess my inspiration for the sound design would have been The Good Place, TV shows like that, where the character Michael is always introduced with a bleep or a sound effect to show the audience that he's always there. And I always want to do that in our film. So say when God enters the scene, or death enters the scene, there's a noise that will indicate to the audience that he's there, even if he's not shown in the scene. We'll know he's there from that sound effect. I was also inspired by other films like Bruce Almighty, Morgan Freeman's God, and other purgatory scenes where it's just like all complete white nothingness, and it's just only their voices that are coming out clear as day, really indicating their higher presence and just their omnipotence, I suppose. But I want to do something like that for our film.
Case number 42, interrogation file number 7. Suspect is Quenisha Lewis, who, according to our file, was the location regulator for the operation.
Who are you?
I'm Quenisha Lewis.
And how did you think this plan was really going to work?
We decided we are raising a GoFundMe, and we're going to promote it through Facebook and TikTok and Instagram to promote it and raise money in order to buy props and location and transport. All our equipment is going to be borrowed from the University of Salford, so it's free, and our actors, they'll not be paid, but instead offered food and transport cover. I am in contact with a costume designer who has agreed to work on our film for free, and our main set piece of the film, it's a Purgatory set. I'm going to buy props from charity shops, and we're also going to make props to create a surrealist style based on the work of the artist Salvador Dali and the film, the 1951 film Alice in Wonderland, directed by Geronimo Jackson and Lusk.
Case 42, interrogation file number 8. Suspect is Jack Chand, who, according to our file, was logistical supervisor for the operation.
Who are you?
I'm Jack, the producer.
And who are you doing this for?
I'm in the audience. Doing it for the young people. Same audience, 13 plus. It's Moon Knight, Doctor Who, Good Place. That being said, it's a commentary reflecting consequent decisions. I think that can relate to people universally on a fundamental human level. It's a similar setup to Christmas Carol, and which is a story constantly being reinvented for younger audiences, especially younger audiences. And in a post-pandemic landscape, people are online, they're streaming, they're watching things online, YouTube, Vimeo, that's where we're going. And the benefit of the short film, attention spans are getting shorter, younger audiences. The research shows this. 15-minute story, bigger audience. That's why it's done.